Hello, hello. I'm June Anderson. It's good to see you again here at Glass with a Class. Are you ready for some more depression glass fun? Are you ready to see some flower frogs? Maybe you already know what a flower frog is, but maybe you don't. Maybe you've never heard of a flower frog. Could it be a frog made of flowers? Maybe it's a frog that loves flowers. Well, here you go. Still wondering? I'm not even going to pretend to know why it's called a frog. Maybe because it sits in water. But this is a neat little glass item that you put into a vase or other dish to hold flowers. See these little holes? You put one or more flowers in each hole as it sits in your display vase or dish. When I was a little girl back in the early 60s, my mother had one of these. I guess she'd had it for decades. I'm not sure I ever saw it in use. I can't remember, but I remember her calling it a frog. Now here is the sum total of my flower arranging skill. But let me show you sort of how flower frog is used. Here's a vase and a little dish. This is a basket my mother made back many years ago in her ceramics class. So here's a vase and a dish. You put your frog, another one, in like this. And you be real careful. Then you start putting the flowers in like this. Stick them in the holes. And I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you how it could be very helpful in holding your flowers up. See, like that. Just stick them in the little holes like that. And get in there. So you can see. I'm not going to finish the whole thing. This is an anchor hocking prismatic vase. I think I picked this little beauty up in a thrift store several years ago. Okay, you start putting the flowers in the holes. If your stem is large, you can only get one stem per hole. But if your stems are small, you can put 2 or 3 in a hole. Sort of like this. See, this one? This is the big one. And it goes in my mother's basket like this. And this one has the bigger holes. So you can put 2 stems, 2 small stems to a hole like that. And just stick them in there like this, around and around. And you people who do know how to do flower arranging, just close your eyes. Because I'm just going to stick these in here just to show how a frog can sort of hold your stems out and not bunch them up. Like what would happen if I were to do it. Anyway, so there you go. So I have 3 flower frogs here. I showed you this one, and this one, and this one. There are differing numbers of holes in them. So they come in different sizes, colors, and numbers of holes. You can see how they could be very helpful in creating a lovely arrangement. As I said, I have absolutely zero talent when it comes to arranging flowers, but I'm grateful for those who have that gift. My sister-in-law is very gifted in all things flowers, and my sister was a pretty good flower arranger too. It skipped me, but that's okay. I'm good with it. And by the way, I think this vase was made in maybe the 1940s. It may not be completely true depression glass, but I love it. So we're going to pretend that it is. And some people, I think that it is depression glass. Okay. So let's see what's going on with today's class portion of Glass with a Class. If you were taught phonics, as I was, you were probably taught that O-O sounds like oo in some words, and that the long U sound is also oo. So for the word pool, you were taught to say ooh, pool. For tool, you were taught to say ooh, tool. For rule, you were taught to say ooh, rule. All these words have one syllable, right? Pool, tool, rule. My question is, why do some people give these and other words two syllables? Like this, pool, tool, rule. So is it pool or pool? I suppose it's all in how and where you were raised. Here are some sentences from the Bible using these words. John chapter 5, verse 2. Now there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porticos. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 3. For the customs of the peoples are delusion, because it is wood cut from the forest, the work of the hands of a craftsman with a cutting tool. This one is about the Israelites making gods or idols out of wood. God wasn't happy with that. Judges chapter 8, verse 23. But Gideon said to them, I will not rule over you, nor shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Glass with a Class, and that you'll join us next time when we'll talk about salt and pepper shakers. There are lots of pretty ones out there that were made during the Depression, and we'll look at a few. God bless you. See you next time.